Well, hello and good morning, Gemini gang. How are you guys doing? You know, I'm a Gemini too, and I got to share this with you guys real quick. I don't know if you can see these, but I'm so excited. These are Queen of Swords earrings, and you guys know swords is air energy. Of course, we're an air sign, and I've always walked around going, I'm the Queen of Swords, I'm the Queen of Swords. Well, I found these earrings and I flipped out. So anyway, just had to share that with my fellow Geminis since we share our signs. But anyway, okay, to the reading, right? Geminis. If you have Gemini in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, this reading is for you, okay? We are going to take a look at your love and romance situation. First, we're going to talk about the current person. Then we are going to look at the person, people or persons that may be out there that are new opportunities that you may or may not be aware of. We're going to give you some heads up about traits to look for. I'm kind of focusing more on that. And then after that, we will pull the romantic and other situations all together for all of you, okay? No matter where your interests may lie, we will get additional clarification, perhaps. We also find out sometimes about monetary situations, job. Sometimes family issues may come out as well, so we will leave that to the divine, okay? So, of course, if you haven't already done so, hit me up for a personal reading. I've revamped those. You can see that information in the description box below, okay? I've made those a little more attainable for you guys and a little more user-friendly, okay? I'll do that as long as I can, all right? So, at any rate, Geminis, let's talk about your current person. This came out, so we're just going to look at it. 9 of Cups sitting here, all right? 9 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. This is their energy, by the way. Your energy, Queen of Pentacles reversed, Justice reversed. The Moon in the upright, okay. Page of Pentacles in reverse, 9 of Wands in reverse, 7 of Wands in the upright, and the probable outcome. Okay, Gemini. You know, I see some obstacles here, but let's talk about the zodiac signs. You know, I see some good and bad with this, and we'll dissect this whole thing, okay? But for the record, you have water energy, earth, Libra and Pisces specifically, and fire and earth yet again. Heavy on the pentacles. You know what I say about pentacles many times, situations in that when there's a lot of pentacles on the board, I'm all about patience, okay? So, but let's dissect this thing a little bit deeper. All right. I want to go to your energy first, okay? I think you are probably dealing, you know, the moon can mean a number of different things. But here I'm going to go with most of you, okay, fluctuating emotions, okay, where you feel like there's some unknowns. And probably there is, okay? Probably there is. And, you know, you kind of feel an imbalance here. And I can see why. I'm looking at your person's energy and I'm kind of taking a peek. You may feel like the odds are not in your favor, okay? And that, you know, things may seem a little unfair with the situation, okay? You got a lot of doubts about this thing. And, you know, you got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, which speaks to imbalance. So I think there is an imbalance for most of you. Okay, for the overwhelming majority of you, and I think I know where the focus is that's overly focused. We'll get to that in a minute. But okay, I think many of you are well aware of this imbalance. Okay, and because of that, you're really dealing with a lot of fluctuating emotions. You feel very unsure and ill at ease about the whole game. Okay, now let's talk about your person. All right, so I'm going to tell you this. I think many of you, someone in this picture, for the most of you, it's your person, but this could go either way, okay? There is a heavy focus on a job and or financial situation, okay? Really working on manifesting money. You've got the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles, okay? I'm sorry I flipped that, but let me get it where you can see it, okay? And really, this person may be self-employed, but let's just say this. In many ways, they're acting single, okay? They're acting single and happy about it. Kind of weird, okay? Kind of weird. And maybe this is somebody that you're dealing with, but not committed to, and they're enjoying being single, but you're kind of wishing that the tables would turn, but in their mind, they're kind of feeling like it's best to stay single because they are really, really working on their job or manifesting money in some way. There is a financial issue here for most of you. Okay, I'm just going to call that like it is. This energy can go either way. Okay, so take this as it resonates. But okay, let's talk about this thing. I'm going to clarify a couple of things because right now I'm kind of seeing this thing as possibly going either way. Okay, but in the probable outcome, Page of Pentacles and Nine of Wands, both in reverse, okay? Nine of Wands, when it comes up in reverse, I mean, I'm just going to shoot straight with you, Gemini. I always do. Queen of Swords, we don't hold back our truth, right? It's kind of funny that I started out the reading talking about that because here I am having to lay some truth and advice on you, okay? And I do this out of love, okay? But, this speaks to this being a losing battle. And maybe you are at, I think, this is probable outcome. It's kind of like throwing good money after bad, okay? And a lot of maybe even competitiveness may be involved here too, okay? Maybe you work with this person, okay? But, I think this is going to leave you wondering why you're even continuing down this path and feeling a lot of doubts about whether or not this is worth it, okay? That is the Page of Pentacles many times, okay? And again, imbalance in give and take, okay? I think you are going to feel like you're giving a lot more, sometimes, let me just break this down. Sometimes the Page of Pentacles can mean that a person feels they're owed something for nothing. So I really think you're giving a heck of a lot to this, and the person is giving a lot to their financial matters that we talked about earlier. So there's not equal give and take because your person is completely fine with that. I don't think you are. I think you're going to come to realize this, okay? So I think I know why the Seven of Wands is here. I think this almost came out like a timeline, okay? You start to doubt whether or not it's worth it. Then you come to the point where you're like, you know what? This is a losing battle. And you know what happens? And we're going to clarify where this is going. But you start to work on you. This is a Seven of Wands. That's what this is about, Gemini. And you kind of step into some power, okay? Now, this certainly can speak to being admired for that and recognized, okay? Certainly gifted. This is a warrior and a winner card, okay? And taking action to make it happen and winning. Now, the question that I'm going to go to and get some clarification on is, does your person recognize this and come around? What happens with that, okay? But I think you come to realize, you know what? Me giving to this situation and not really, this is good money after bad. I'm just going to take a step back and work on me. That's what I see, Gemini, and that's not a bad thing. So kudos to you, all right? But I want to find out what your person's reaction is going to be when you kind of take a step back. The Seven of Wands is an independent energy. It steps out and starts taking care of self, which is good. That's very healthy. Always, okay? But especially when you're, kind of taking care of this person. And I think there's a little bit of codependence here, okay? Okay. All right. So I think your person is going to be it's going to make your person pretty nervous. Knight of Swords, okay? And honestly, they're going to feel threatened, okay? And they're going to be very guarded, okay? You got the Four of Pentacles here and the King of Pentacles. This is your energy right here. I think that you are going to see some success, abundance, maybe even financial success, and it's going to intimidate the heck out of them. That's what I'm getting from it. They're going to, again, this is a nervous energy, okay? And, of course, they're going to be watching you, kind of being stealth. But you know what? At the end of the day, I really don't think this is going to... I think you are going to raise your vibe. That's what the cards are telling me. I don't think your person is. I think your person is really, again, focused on money and maybe even worried about losing money. And I'm getting competitiveness all day long, okay? And I think I mentioned that already. Didn't I mention that in one of these cards? I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, I think it was maybe Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe, I don't know, but that's definitely mismanagement of time. You know, maybe it was in the Page of Pentacles reverse. I don't know, but okay. I don't know why, but I remember saying competitiveness. And I think that's a lot of this. I really do. And I don't, you know, the thing is, you know, like we all love money, Gemini. That's great. But I think you're like, you know what? I know it's coming. I'm not going to worry about it. Boom. I ain't studying it because I know it's coming. I'm going to be fine regardless. Okay. Your person is really desirous so much of this. And then that, you know, they're so guarded and worried about loss. Okay. And then they start to get nervous when you do well. That's what I'm getting. So I don't see it necessarily coming to an end, but I really don't see your person stepping up to the plate. Gemini, I think you do. And so I don't know if you say this is worth it or not to continue down this path. You are going to start to question it if you don't already with that 9 of Wands in the reverse like that. So I think this is kind of on you whether or not you want to keep throwing, you know, good energy after bad. You know, we talk about that a lot about money. We say throwing good money after bad. I don't know if that's a term you've ever heard, but that's kind of what I see for you, Gemini. I'm just going to call it like I see it. Okay. All right. So Gemini singles, what kind of energies are out there for you, Geminis, all Geminis, if you were interested in what new opportunities may be out there? All right. There are going to be multiple options. You've got the 7 of Cups here. You also have Aries and Libra energy for what it's worth. Water energy, air energy, earth, fire, and earth again. Okay. So I see some good and some not good, but let's talk about this thing. All right. So at least one is going to be very withdrawn and emotionally closed off, okay? Kind of working against something. And honestly, if you were to go down this path, it would lead to disaster, okay? I see these two going together, all right? This may very well go with it. You've got imbalance here and unfairness, the thing just not going your way, and it would leave you feeling stuck, okay? This person... you know, may have some addictions that you may or may not know about. The Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. Now, this person may also be coming at this out of loneliness, okay? Because, you know, this speaks to addiction to people many times, not always substance abuse, okay? And so that would certainly, you know, lend itself to coming at this thing out of loneliness. And you don't want that. You want somebody who is already fine, single, or in a relationship. And the only reason they would consider going into a romantic connection is just to enhance a current situation, but they're completely fine on their own. So be very careful of somebody that comes at this thing out of loneliness. I think we're probably talking about two different ones here, okay? One, you know, is going to be kind of emotionally closed off and overly withdrawn. And then you've got one here that is going to be ultra clingy and probably kind of pushing you to go a little bit quicker on this thing than you feel comfortable, okay? But, you know, either way, it's going to leave you imbalanced if you go down that path, okay? So you got one extreme and the other in the good and the bad. I mean, the bad and the ugly. Let's talk about the good. All right. As I said, multiple options here. Okay. So I am quite sure that, you know, the negatives we've got 2 of. Okay. We have at least one positive, if not more. All right. I think this is 1 for most of you because I kind of see a timeline here. Let's discuss. All right. So this is the thing. You are going to, if you have not already, be coming across someone who is coming out of a rough time, but they're doing this in a very healthy way. Nine of Swords reversed is coming out of a lonely, dark time where they were patching up their heart from something, probably a romantic connection that went south, but they are really healing from this and doing well. This is light at the end of the tunnel for them, coming out of a dark time, and really starting to feel whole being single. Okay, that's very healthy. That is not like the same thing as, you know, the toxic single that I sometimes talk about. That is somebody who realizes that everything they need, you know, as far as love is right inside themselves. Okay, that's a very healthy energy. So I like this one. Okay, now, because of that, and this is a very mature energy, very high, very much having a higher vision, stable and grounded. Okay, very well could be an earth sign, could be an air sign, but okay, we don't really care about that. And we've got fire here that I'm going to talk about in a minute. Okay, it's going to require patience. This is going to be slow moving with pentacles. Okay, you know, so I think it's going to start out slow. Okay, it's almost going to feel like it's delayed, And look, Gemini, I know you. I am you, okay? We are not patient people by nature, okay? But if you can just be patient after a delay, it's going to hit like really, really fast, okay? This may even start out as a friendship, okay? I can see that with this card, with these cards that we're seeing right here. And then when they make their move, it's going to be number one, probably when you least expect it. You know, you're not going to see it coming. It's going to catch you off guard, but it's going to be really cool, really fast. You know, I've heard a reader before call the Eight of Wands keep its arrows, and I like that. It's pretty cool. So I think some of you, this thing is going to start out really slow and very healthy. It is slated for success here. Okay, and there's a lot of wisdom in hanging tight with this, Gemini, because this is a viable option for you, okay? And so I would just recommend to you, let this one unfold organically, let the chips fall, divine timing, trust the process, right? And just go from there, okay? But you know what? This person, when they come into your energy, or when you start to really notice them, or vice versa, they have pretty much patched up their heart at that point, okay? And you don't want to go with somebody that hasn't done this yet, okay? You don't want to mess with that. You want to be with somebody, you know, it's okay if they're kind of on the tail end of this and they've worked through the majority of it. Then okay, all right? So, all right. With that being said, let's pull all of this together for my Gemgeroos, as Rich Lop would say. I love that. It's so funny. But my Gemini gang, let's pull this all together for you. Let's make sense of this whole thing, Gemini, and get some additional insight, advice, whatever the case may be. This has been a pretty good reading for you guys. So I like that for you. I like that for you, Gemini. Really do. Let's take a look, Gem. Let's take a look for my Geminis. What do we need to know? You know, this is so interesting. This is some of the same cards that I pulled about your new opportunities. All right. In general, you're going to have some options. I don't know if this is career options, romantic options, or both. I really think both. I'm just going to tell you. I think in both financial opportunities as well as romantic opportunities. The advice is this: do not get overwhelmed. Go inside, do the intuitive work, energy work, meditation daily, and that is going to help you have a very, very clear vision about things. Some of you are patching up your heart, and that's okay. You're working through a lot, but you're handling things in a very mature way, okay? And you're learning to be fine single. And that is a very powerful place for manifesting really strong, mature, viable romantic connections, okay? You're coming out of a time where you felt lonely. This is a light at the end of the tunnel. If you're not here, you're going to be here real soon, okay? And so I like this for you. Now, you know how we talked about that addictive, obsessive energy and imbalance, okay? All right, beware of that. We saw that in the, part of the reading where we were talking about new opportunities. But, you know, be sure to not enter relationships out of loneliness. If you find yourself uncomfortable being alone, then that is your key that you're not quite ready. And look, there is no shade being thrown, okay? Along this process of patching up your heart from, you know, prior, you know, heartbreaks or what have you, you are going to hit things in the road like that, and it's okay. It just lets you know you're not quite ready, and that's not a bad thing. So if that is you, and I don't know that that's all of my Geminis, but if that is you, then just know you still got a little bit left before that light at the end of the tunnel is going to come through really, really bright for you. But you're headed toward optimism. I do see that, okay? Make sure you stay balanced, okay? Do not neglect your spirituality. Do not neglect yourself, okay? Keep your boundaries and don't be fearful of speaking your truth, okay? But this is all about being stable and grounded and centered, okay? And I do a lot. I've got a video about that in my playlist called The Life Preserver, okay? But you want to stay balanced, not only between spirituality and then this everyday life. We call it the 3D and the 5D, okay? But you also want to, you know, even the demands of the 3D world, if you will, okay? Me, I have you know, romantic demands. I have my daughter. I have my father. You know, many of you know my mother I lost in 2013. But, you know, and then I have career demands. I have my channel, you know, and then I've got myself, self-care, you know, meditation, you know, spending time with the divine, okay? And, you know, trying to keep a lot of things up, okay? If I'm not really careful and I neglect myself, I am no good to anyone. So I have to put myself first. And I know that seems paradoxical. And it does seem like it's a contradiction. But at the end of the day, Gemini, I promise you, after I changed my mindset and finally said, I have had enough of feeling strung out and imbalanced, and I changed my mindset, Gemini, it started to work. And whenever I stop, you know, and I start neglecting my self-care and my meditation, I can tell a difference. And I'm like, oh, then I'm miserable. Why? Because I had a taste of what it is to really feel balanced. And when you get off balance, you're like, oh, I can't deal with this, you know, and then you go inside immediately and you're just like, I gotta go in hermit mode, go inside here and do my work. Okay. So with that being said, let's get a Moonology for you real quick, Gemini. Then we're going to get a quote. I hope if you haven't already done so, you'll subscribe to my channel. Join my family. And, of course, the likes and comments, y'all, mean so much to this girl, right? And many of you are about to come up upon a big win. Did I not say you had options in both love and money? Well, there you go. There's your confirmation once again. Libra energy. Expect powerful change, Gemini. And we just talked about going inside, meditate and contemplate. Okay, and I believe, yeah, Pisces energy. Okay, so let's get a quote for you real quick. All right, Gemini, let's get a quote out of my cards, right? Let's see what we got here. I love this. And if this isn't Gemini, I don't know what is. Did we not talk about the Queen of Swords at the beginning of this? And this is where I'm going to end it because we're beginning and ending on the same note. You know, it's all about speaking your truth with kindness, but in an uncompromising way. Okay? People love me because I speak the truth. People hate me because I speak the truth. That is me. And that's probably you too, Gemini, because you know what? We're going to speak our truths. Just don't do it with a sharp tongue so much, okay? Don't compromise, but just, you know, watch that sword tongue that we all have, okay? Many, many blessings to you, Gemini. I wish you guys much love, many financial blessings, and be surrounded by loved ones.